here on Facebook and YouTube. The Stop the Menopause Madness Summit 2.0 goes live on November 1. I hope you'll join me. Some of you joined me for last year's Stop the Menopause Madness Summit 2020, which was amazing. We had like 53 speakers, experts in menopause, telling you all the things about your hormones and your skin and your hair and your gut and your sleep. And it was so popular. 13,000 women attended. We got so many requests to hold it again. But instead of just launching exactly what we shared with you last year, we thought we're going to make it even better. So we added over 20 additional experts. Yup. So we are at 75 experts for the Menopause Summit 2.0. What? 75 menopause experts? How could that help you with sleeping better, having better sex, growing your hair back, your eyelashes, getting your gut healed, or whatever it is you're dealing with at midlife? Jennifer, I see you. I see Darylyn, Diane, uh, Nova, I see a bunch of you guys. Hey, give me a shout out. Let me know if you're going to the summit. Let me know if you went last year. What was your favorite thing? Let me know what you're really struggling with. I see a bunch of eyeballs in Facebook and YouTube. Let me know who's here. Um, Let me know what you're most excited about learning about at the summit, what your favorite moments were from last year. And we have Stacy London joining us. Who knows Stacy London from What Not to Wear? Hello. Can I get a shout out for Stacy? I have had just been a fan of Stacy's ever since What Not to Wear. I think it used to come on TLC, or was it Discovery Channel? She and Clinton Kelly, they would take a woman. Diane says, I was there last year. So much good info. Thank you, Diane. Glad you enjoyed it. So Stacy and Clinton would, someone's friends or family would turn them in for being kind of a fashion disaster. And then they would go through their closet and make some good fun. Darylyn was there. Awesome. Hey, Melissa. And so they would make some good natured fun about their current clothes. They would bring their clothes in and they'd go through the closet. A lot of people were like grown women dressing like Disney characters and shit like that. And you'd just be going, wow, what happened? And there was my favorite part about it. Yeah, I loved the fashion, but I loved that it was always about more than fashion. It was about that fashion is an expression of who you are. And so if you're dressing like a character, you're hiding from the world to some degree, which a lot of us want to do at midlife. And when our health doesn't feel optimum, we don't wear clothes that show off our bodies. We don't show up fully as our authentic selves. Anybody relate to this? Right? I know that when I don't feel good in my own skin, what happens? I wear baggy clothes that hide what I look like because I don't feel good about myself. Anybody relate with me? Dull colors, right? Gray and black. I don't do my hair, I'll just like shove it in a pony bun or something. And so they would go through that and they would basically help people see that how you are dressing and camouflaging yourself is because you're not feeling good about yourself or where you are in life. And what they help them do, it looked like they were helping them transform their wardrobe, but they were doing so much more than that. They were transforming who they were and how they were expressing themselves and showing up in life. And for me, menopause is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. You're going to hear several of our guests on the 2.0 summit talking about that. Reinventing yourself, being more authentic and transparent. You can sign up, by the way, at www.stopthemenopausemadness.com. You can see who all we have. Stacy London is our featured speaker. We also have Nina Lorez Collins. You guys are going to love her, talking about the importance of community and connection in menopause and beyond. It really, y'all, disconnection and loneliness is the smoking of our generation, and we have an epidemic of it. I was at a conference this weekend where these wonderful sisters, the Agrawal sisters, Radha and her sister, oh gosh, what's her sister's name? Mimi? Anyway, it starts with an M. So the two of them, so the other one wrote a book called Disrupt Her, and Rada wrote Belong, and they were there at this conference, and they're amazing. So Rada is really a community architect, and so we have our own, so she's kind of in the younger generation. We have our own community architect on the summit this year, and that's Nina Lorez Collins. So Melissa said, such a good way to put it. It is an expression, such a good point. It is. And so if your fashion is failing, it's oftentimes because your health is failing. And sometimes fixing your fashion will help fix your health, and sometimes fixing your health will help fix your fashion. But Stacy, you know, she had this great career in TV. Yes, oh Melissa, they were amazing, fabulous at our conference this weekend, Mindshare. So what I always loved Stacy, and when I heard that her life kind of went off the rails when she hit menopause, I was sad, but I was super excited to learn that she actually now focuses on educating about menopause, and this is her passion. And I was like, oh my gosh, we ended up on this Facebook Live in this business group together, and we connected. And I said, Stacey, you need to come on the Stop the Menopause Madness Summit. And she said, for sure I do. So she is going to come and talk about it. You know, she has a similar story probably to what a lot of you have, which is what I had, and Nina had too. In our late 40s, like, what is happening to me? Any of you relate to that concept of like, what is wrong with me? Like feeling like an alien in your skin. Whose body is this? Like, this isn't me. Just experiencing things you never thought, going to your doctor, not getting answers. And that was Stacy's experience. That was Nina's experience. That was mine. And here I was a doctor, and I couldn't figure out, you know, WTF was the situation. So I had to go elsewhere to figure out what was wrong and to fix it. And so that's why I created the summit, and it was such a great success last year. We fully anticipate we are going to have over 20,000 women this year. And I'm going to be going live in the Stop the Menopause Madness private Facebook group. Yep, we have a private Facebook group for just summit attendees. When you sign up and register, you will get a link to the group, and you will automatically be joined to the group. You can't join if you don't sign up for the summit. And even if you attended last year, you got to re-sign up. So join us there, and I'll be going live at 5 Eastern each day and answering summit participants questions. And so you'll have exclusive content that you get access to. The summit goes live on November 1st, and it is free. I forgot to say that. Free. There is an upgraded experience if you'd like to join for that for $47, which is a minimal expense considering you're going to have a literal how to make menopause the best time of your life, if it isn't already. If you're miserable in menopause, you are doing it wrong. And, you know, I hear this from expert after expert. A lot of the experts in the summit are menopausal women themselves. We've got over 40 doctors. I think we're pushing close to 50 at this point, doctors, many of whom are menopausal women themselves. And you really should be experiencing this is the best time of life. And if not, there's something wrong. So I hope you will join us. I see December Chills here. Deanna's here. Hey guys, good to see you. So yeah, it's all about really belonging. Like I said, I was at the Mindshare, and Rada and her sister were there talking, and Rada is the creator of Daybreaker, which is kind of, if you've heard of raves, she started doing raves in the morning in New York City. So they would be non-alcoholic, and they would have dance music and different things. And her community is now in 20 some cities, and they have 500,000 members. And she's really created community. She was really struck by the statistics that 1 in 4 people on the planet right now says that they don't have a friend to confide in. And loneliness and isolation actually have been documented in many studies to be as big a contributor to disease and premature aging and death as smoking, sitting, and your unhealthy diet. So if you don't have buds, best friends, people to confide in, community, and the older we get, the more this is true, and the statistics become even more dismal, then even more than changing the way you eat, uh, or exercising, is get yourself a community. And that's really another reason that I expanded the Stop the Menopause Madness Summit, and revitalizing the Facebook group so we can have community and connection. We tell you strategies. So Nina on the summit goes through strategies. Yes, right, Darylyn? You didn't know that? Most people don't know that isolation and loneliness and lack of social connection, which, oh my God, the real epidemic these past few years is lack of social connection, lack of eye gazing, right? When you look into someone else's eyes directly in real life, IRL, it stimulates your oxytocin hormone, y'all. Oxytocin is key for your other hormones to balance. So if you're not getting eye gazing, if you're not getting skin to skin human touch and contact, you may as well go smoke a pack a day. No, don't do that. But I'm just trying to say that the studies show that lack of human contact, eye contact, emotional discourse and connection, heart to heart, skin to skin contact, hugging. Lack of that is as serious for your health as if you smoked a pack a day of cigarettes. That is serious. Or you ate a very unhealthy diet full of processed foods, high sugars, high unhealthy fats. So loneliness is the new smoking. So one of the ways we start to combat this is we get community. The other thing that Nina and I talked about, which you'll hear on her interview on the summit, is that a lot of us at midlife and by the time we hit menopause, our lives don't look the same as they did 20 years ago, right? Kids grown and gone. That's true for me, probably true for a lot of you. Marriages have ended, whether we're widowed or divorced or whatever happened, or maybe we're in a marriage that isn't really nourishing us, but we're still technically married, but we feel kind of empty in that relationship. Sometimes our careers have changed. Maybe we've moved to cities where we didn't have our support system. Maybe we've moved to take care of ailing parents. But when our kids grow up, I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were young, most of our friends were their classmates' parents. How many of you can relate to that? Darylyn's is retired, not working, right? So, how do you have community and tribe when you're retired and not working? So, we've had a lot of life disruptions that have made our lives smaller, and then here comes lockdown, and it really made our lives smaller. Like, I used to go to the before lockdown, go to the yoga studio, to the gym, right? Have all these places I would interact with people, and then all of a sudden all that was gone, right? I know that happened for you guys too. Maybe you interacted at the office, and then all of a sudden you're working from home for a year and a half. So we've had these life disruptions, but I bet most of us just thought, oh, this is uncomfortable and I don't like it and I miss people. But we didn't know that our health was being affected by it. So on the summit, we really highlight that with quite a few of our experts this year. You can check out the lineup on stopthemenopausemadness.com and see who all's going to be there. Darylyn said, I didn't know, right? Most people don't realize this. And this is why, like in my programs where I help women with their hormones, the midlife metabolism rescue, we do it in a group. And the studies also show that outcomes are better in health restoration programs when they are administered in a group. So, I think 50 years ago, after the industrial, or 50 to 70 years ago, after the industrial revolution, there really was this move towards going away from communal living. That was thought to be more primitive and not as upwardly mobile, right? And so everybody wanted to have their own house, move far away from their family, and having your own everything and being more isolated was considered a status symbol. And a big house, right, with 4 people living in it. But now what we're realizing is over the past many decades, as we've become more and more separated from family and isolated, it's affecting our health. And this is one of the reasons why we have the disease epidemic that we have. Now that we realize that, we're moving back more towards communal. So most people think, oh, the status is having a private doctor, but the truth is your health outcomes are better when you see your doctor in a group, right? But we've been taught, oh no, you should be ashamed of your health problems, particularly at menopause. We're told to be ashamed because we're no longer fertile and we should go hide ourselves like in a burlap sack. And I know people probably aren't saying this overtly, but that is the subtle message. Like, we don't want to see you. You should be ashamed. And so what we're saying is, no, we are not ashamed. We are beautiful and lovable, and we deserve connection. And the Stop the Menopause Madness Summit is meant to get you the tools and resources you need to make this the best time of your life so you can feel your best physically, but also emotionally, mentally, spiritually. This is the time you get to be creative. This is your time. So I want you to start right now by just looking at ways to expand your circle. Come join us on the summit for sure. 75 and counting experts who are going to share vital information for you that's going to help you know how to make this the best time of your life. Like I said, if you're miserable, you're doing it wrong, we're going to tell you how to do it right on the summit. You have a literal how to make menopause the best time of your live, because it should be. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We will be live in the Stop the Menopause Madness Summit Facebook group every day at 5 p.m. Eastern, all the way through the summit and after. So join us there, but you can only join the Facebook group if you sign up for the summit first, and that's at stopthemenopausemadness.com. I will see you there, and lots of previews to come. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.